Good morning, everyone. Early kickoff day here at Woodstock Academy, where your Griswold Wheeler Wolverines are on the road today. I'm Kevin Thompson, alongside me, John Harden, Mike Minarski on the board and the camera today. He's doing double duty. Double duty today. What a great day for football, John. It's a nice, crisp fall afternoon. Going to be about 50 degrees here at kickoff time, and we are ready for some good football on Senior Day today for the Centaurs.
Yeah, the Centaurs celebrating their senior day. We were able to watch their senior cheerleaders and their senior football players come onto the field, get recognized before the game. Smart ball club. A lot of honor society players on this Woodstock Academy football team.
Well, they come in at 5-2, hosting the Wolverines, who only have one win on the season. And just an update on the Wolverines roster, Kyle Kessler is no longer on the team. He had been, at least in the couple games that I saw, the star player on offense for them. So that's definitely an adjustment the Wolverines will have to make today.
Yeah, it's a big loss for the Wolverines. He was a definite game changer when he came on. He came into the season, a couple of games into the season. He is one of the winners that comes through on the co-op. He was actually nominated as an ECC Player of the Week, and now he's no longer with the team. But we're going to have to make adjustments. We didn't have him last week. I think the team is willing to move forward without Mr. Kessler. I know there were some adjustments. Logan Davis is back this week. He's going to be in the lineup, and I think they're ready to play. And one of the things that you can see, Woodstock being 5-2, you can score on them.
Yeah, they've given up more than 20 points in 4 of their games. So more than half of their games, they've given up more than 20 points. It'll be interesting to see if the Wolverines come out today. Last week against Killingley, we were expecting them, hey, you know, they're going to do the double wing and they're going to do their thing because that's what they do. They actually came out in the shotgun.
They did. Played shotgun primarily most of the game. And I think they're going to come out here. I think we're going to expect to see the shotgun. They're going to spread out the offense. That's what they were working on in pregame. I'm ready to see the opening kickoff and get this thing started. It's November. It's crisp. It's hitting weather. Let's get some high school football going.
And thankfully, we're in the sun. We're actually outside today, everyone. For those of you that are watching and listening, we've got the speaker right behind us so you can hear AC/DC pretty clear right now. But we are outside. We're in the sun. And this is a great field, John. I mean, I love coming here and doing the games because you are super close to the field. You're not up in the press box like 5 stories up. You can see really well. I mean, you're, I don't know, what are we, 50 feet from the field?
Probably not even that. You know, it's almost like we could help them with the change.
So the guy that's on the PA, Joe was his name, he does the games for Killingley as well. So I heard him last night. So, last night, Killingley beat Plainfield 46-0, which is 7 points more than what they beat Griswold by the week before.
Right.
So that might give you a little indication of the Thanksgiving Day matchup.
It is, and this Woodstock team beat Plainfield 39-0 when they played.
Now, what I saw in Plainfield last night, little scouting report for the Thanksgiving Day game, they got 2 guys on offense. Nordstrom, number 21, he's their speed. Reiser, number 4, he's their power. So that's speed force right there for you on the Plainfield side. Their quarterback, I think they threw the ball 3 times, even though they were down the whole game. So they obviously don't go through the air.
Well, that's one thing that's going to be different here with the Centaurs. They have a pretty even offense, run and pass. And Mr. Ethan Davis, who's a senior quarterback, he's got 108 yards passing, 14 touchdowns. And then he's got 645 yards on 75 carries and 8 touchdowns just himself.
So do you mean 1,008 yards passing?
Yeah, 1,108.
There we go. All right. I didn't hear that clearly. So he's got 1,100 yards passing, 600 yards rushing?
645 yards.
So he's almost got 1,800 total yards of offense. That's pretty impressive at the high school level. So it'll be an interesting game. We'll see what happens. I actually do know at least one of the seniors here on the Woodstock team, Jackson Getz. I coached him in youth basketball back in the day. Family lives in Brooklyn, and then if you live in Brooklyn, you get the option to come to Woodstock, Killingly and a couple other schools as well. Obviously, they can go to Ellis because that's in the area. So that's an option for them. But Jackson was our point guard. Definitely can handle the ball. Still plays basketball here as well, as far as I know. I mean, I saw it last year. We did a game here, Griswold at Woodstock, and he was on the team. So it's kind of good to see that, both of us being coaches, and you coach these kids when they're little, and sometimes you lose contact a little bit, and then all of a sudden they reappear in your life.
They do. We've noticed that a couple of times. Some of the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise as we honor America?
Ready for the national
The
anthem.
playing of our national anthem.
Right behind you. All right, in the infamous words of the old boxing referee Mills Lane, let's get it on.
Mills Lane, haven't heard that name in a while.
Bet one of the best boxing referees ever.
Ever. Then immortalized in, what was that, Celebrity Deathmatch in Claymation.
That was an MTV thing, wasn't
That
it?
was.
Yeah, back in the day when they actually played videos.
That was one of the few shows that wasn't a video.
All right, a little more ACDC to get us started here. And it looks like Woodstock is going to receive the football to start the game.
Griswold, number 13,
We're going to
Canada,
see this
Tennessee.
Griswold defense right here at the very beginning of this ball game. One of the keys for Griswold is they're going to have to stop the run and the pass here against Woodstock Academy.
They've had a decent amount of success doing both. The run between the tackles, they've done a great job. Even in the passing game, they really haven't gotten burned that much this year. So
No, the defense for Griswold's played fairly well, especially in the last few weeks of the season.
Staniski to kick it off here for the Wolverines. He gets a signal. Good to go left, good to go right. And there's the kick. Bounces at the 30. Oh,
Good
pass.
Number 25,
Picked up by number 27. Oh, he fumbles it out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 27.
Ryan Palillo.
So right here, Griswold going to be able to keep Woodstock on their side of the field. Hopefully that stays the same with this first possession.
That's interesting with the high school kickoffs a lot of times, John, is they're not always perfect.
First and 10
So when you're
for
fielding it, you don't know
Woodstock.
whether to run up and catch it or let it drop.
Let it go.
And sometimes you forget, hey, man, if it drops on the ground, they can get it. So-
Right. It's past that 10 yards. That's a live ball.
All right. Woodstock first and 10 here from their own 27. Davis under center, turns around, hands it off.
Bonner on the carry.
Bonner gets maybe a yard.
Tackled by a host of
On that?
led by number 11, Joshua
Maybe a
Turner.
yard. That was Tyler Green on the
Tyler Green, okay.
Second and 9 for
They did give him 1
Killingly.
yard, but that was
Excuse me,
an
second and 9
excellent
for
Oh, that was-
tackle by the Wolverines.
from the Woodstock 20.
Yeah, they're faking us out here with the roster because it's like the names we have, I'm not sure they match.
Well, so the roster that I printed up is from the Woodstock Academy website, so hopefully it's pretty accurate.
So hopefully Mark did a good job. All right, Davis
So trying to go to the air,
Trying to-
didn't find anything.
trying to
there.
run out of the shotgun and gets nothing out of that. Maybe lost a yard even. No, they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll make it 3rd and 9 here for the Centaurs.
Yeah,
3rd and
tackled by
9
about
for
4
Griswold
Wolverines on that play, led by number 50,
For
Zach
Woodstock.
Coffer, one of the captains of this
from
Griswold High School
the
football team.
Woodstock 28-yard line.
And it's 3rd and 9.
Davis from the shot again. We've got 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Single back formation. They jumped. The Wolverines jumped. They're going to get a neutral zone infraction here, I think, from the sounds of it.
That went to the neutral zone. So that's one of the things that's kind of
Penalty
plagued
mark on the
Griswold
play,
this season is
offsides,
penalties
Griswold.
and mental mistakes. That's going to give the Centaurs a cheap
3rd
5
and
yards.
about
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Much more manageable
Woodstock
3rd down here for Woodstock.
from their own
Now Davis has the
33-yard
back
line.
to his right. Takes a snap from the shotgun. He's looking to his left. Throws it down. The receiver fell down.
And
It tipped away.
Intended for number 19.
Tipped away by Rubino. Almost had the interception. He almost caught it as he was coming back down to the ground. The ball was coming down to him, but he couldn't hold on to it. And that pass was intended for Carter Saracena, junior wide receiver for the
Woodstock
Centaurs.
33-yard line.
Looks like they're punting it away or going for that. Looks like they're going for it. 4th and 4. They got trips left. Single receiver to the right. Davis takes a snap, rolls to his left, gets it over the middle, caught into Griswold territory at the 47-yard line. Number 27,
On the tackle.
who we don't have on the roster.
There's no 27 on the Woodstock roster. But he does pick up a
First
first down
and
for the
10
Centaurs. So
for Woodstock.
Griswold doing an
From
excellent
the
job to
Griswold
bring up 4th down
47-yard
against
line.
Woodstock, but then making the pass right there, crosses the 50-yard line, now 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 here from the Griswold 47. Davis takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's going to run it. Gets up to the 45, down to maybe the 42, 41-yard line. See where they
Forced out of bounds by
place the
number
ball
11,
where he
Joshua
stepped out.
Turner.
Then Josh Turner able to take him out of bounds.
They give him the 41.
Second and about 4 for Woodstock.
I think you can
From
hear
the
Joe on the PA
Griswold
system, so I don't need to tell you the
41-yard
down and distance. But it's 2nd and 4, in case you didn't hear that. Davis back, throws a screen onto the flat,
Pass
and
intended
it's
for Peyton Bonner is incomplete.
Bonner missed the pass. Davis threw that a little bit out in front of him, John.
He did that
Woodstock
right there. He had time, he had space, and just threw it away from his receiver.
from the
Brings
Griswold
up 3rd
41-yard
down.
line.
And he really had no one in front of him there. So if he caught that ball, he was going to get the 1st down for sure, probably a lot more.
So here early in this ball game, Woodstock coming out with its passing game.
We got wide receiver stacks left and right. Davis takes a snap a little low. He tries to go up the middle with it.
On the
He
carry.
gets outside, breaks a few tackles, gets inside the 40, down to the 39. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 2.
Then brought down by Kincaid
Tackled by number
Rubino.
4.
Man, they should have had him for a loss there, John. That was an opportunity.
Yeah, he
Missed.
got away from a lot of tackles that would have
From
been for a
the
loss.
Griswold
Josh Turner right there
39-yard line.
before he got to the outside, but luckily Kincaid Rubino came in and finished him off. Rubino, the player who I gave defensive player of the game in the 2nd quarter of the Killenly game last week.
All right, 4th and 2 here. Davis has got a single back. Now the coach just moved him. You can hear him tell him go to his right, go to his right. So he did. Now the running back's in the right position. Again, double sacks on the receivers, both left and right. Davis looks to his right.
Davis is
Oh, and the pass is
for
dropped by number 27.
Jackson
In
Getz is
and out of
incomplete.
his hand. The Jackson Getz is 27. So we have him
All
on the
right.
roster. Just
That's
probably
my
a different
guy,
name.
Jackson Getz.
First and 10.
It's funny because they have him as number 11 on the sign over there for senior day. That's what
Yeah,
I was
he's
looking for.
11 here.
I was looking for number 11.
So we've got a couple of hand edits on this Woodstock roster for today, but with the incomplete pass, that is a turnover on downs. And here's the Griswold offense, 1st and 10.
Now it looks like they're going to the double wing. Cassidy under center. Motion for Polillo. There's a flag and a whistle.
On the play.
Looks like there was movement, I think, on Griswold. Oh, no, offsides on Woodstock.
Dead ball defensive encroachment against the Centaurs.
There we go. So that'll make it 1st and 5. Wolverines will take that.
Absolutely. Any
First and
positive
5
yardage is good.
for Griswold. from the Griswold 44-yard line.
All right. Still in the double wing. Cassidy under center. Palillo in motion again. He gets a handoff. Tries to go over the right side. Gets about 2 or 3. And they'll mark him down at the 47. So that'll make it 2nd and 2.
One of the things you can say for Palillo right
Second
there is
and 2
a lot of that yardage
Griswold
was happening after he got into the meat of the
from their own
Woodstock defense.
47-yard line.
So he was fighting for every yard he picked up right there. It looks like he picked up 2.
Second down and 2 here for the Wolverines. Cassie takes a snap. Palillo in motion. He gets the pitch to the outside. Gets around the corner. Past the 50. Down to the 42. Pushed out of bounds. Oh, they're going to give him the 40.
Fantastic run by Ryan Palillo, but you have to look at that block that Kincaid Rubino had here on the near side. He sealed that outside that gave Ryan that lane, and he came up and picked up the first down for the Wolverines.
From the Woodstock
1st and 10 here for the Wolverines into Woodstock territory at their 40. Staying in a double wing here. Cassidy sets Palillo in motion. Hands off inside. Malave all the way down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
And there's a Woodstock player down as well.
But Gio busted through the middle of that line. I think it faked everybody out.
I haven't. It's a penalty on the
block on Griswold.
Oh, that's what they're calling, and it looks like that may be the cause of the injury here as well. I can't get a number on the player that's down.
Looks like 67.
67.
Penalty on Griswold is blocked below the waist.
And that is Marcus Mcgregor. I think he was the young man who was out here for that opening ceremony where they're honoring the Woodstock Academy champion of the month, I believe.
November, or what I assume October champion of the month, voted on by the student body here at Woodstock Academy.
It was actually a family because the husband and wife both work here. The Greens, I believe, was their name.
So they had their son, I believe Tyler Green, number 44, was out here. And then Marcus was out with the family as well.
Marcus probably lives in one of the dorms maybe that I'm assuming the husband is the resident advisor for. McGregor's still down here. So John, early on, I mean, that they've had 2 good runs. Obviously, that block may have had something to do with Malave's run there, but they had a good run on the outside, a good run on the inside. So it looks like the Wolverines may be able to move the ball today on the ground.
It's working so far, and with, if we didn't have that chop block that brought it all the way back to the Griswold 45, Gio made it down to near the 20-yard line of Woodstock. So that's an unfortunate penalty once again for Griswold.
From what I saw, they were going to spot it at the 24. So that is a loss of 41 yards on the field. 31 yards on the field.
So we got to make sure our math's correct today, because during the senior game festivities, the number of Honor Society students that they have on this football team is amazing. So bright futures for some of these Centaurs as they move on to the other stages of their life.
Well, McGregor's still down. It looks like they're going to get him up, and they're going to put him on the cart, John.
They brought the cart out. That's usually not good.
That means he can't put any weight on that leg, it looks like. Oh, he is, actually. He is putting some weight on that leg, but.
And he's a big boy. We don't have height weight, but he's a large man right there.
With the penalty, Griswold has the ball 1st and 25 from their own 45-yard line.
1st and 25 here for the Wolverines. All the way back to their own 45. Staying with the double wing. Palillo in motion. They hand the ball inside to Malave. He gets up into Griswold territory down to the 48. That's a
Malave once again. Excellent carry for Gio. Takes it into Woodstock
27
territory.
Jackson gets on the tackle.
Looks like it'll be second down and 18 for the Wolverines.
Second and about 17 for Griswold.
nice 7-yard gain there from Malave.
Yard line.
This time Rubino in motion. He'll take the pitch. They get into the backfield, and he'll be tackled for a 1-yard loss.
71 Everett Michalski on the tackle.
Bring up 3rd and 19.
Right, big number 71, Everett Michalski, in on that tackle.
Third and about 19 for
He's about
Griswold
2 Rubinos.
from the Woodstock 49-yard line.
Third and 16 here for the Wolverines. 6:15 here to go in the first quarter. Nothing. Pass over the middle. Picked off by Woodstock. Tipped and picked.
That's Austin
By
Amlaw.
25, Austin Amlaw.
And he brings it back to the 36 of Woodstock. So that serves kind of as just a short punt. Because had the ball fallen incomplete, they would have punted the ball there. So
From their own 36-yard line.
Griswold going to the air for the
6:05
first time in this
remaining
ball
first quarter.
game. They throw the pick. Austin Amlaw took the tip drill.
yeah, and that was intended for Aiden Peltier by Cassidy. A little over his head, tipped off of one Woodstock defender into the arms of another. Davis takes the. Well, that's not
Pass
Davis.
is incomplete.
That's not Davis. That was a different quarterback.
23, Peyton Bonner.
We got a different quarterback in there. Braden Saucier,
He's a junior.
the junior, in for
Second
Davis.
And 10 for
Interested there. I don't
Woodstock.
see
from
Davis
their
on the
own 36-yard
sideline
line.
being attended to if there's some type of injury. Interesting. All right. So now Saucier's got split backs to his right and left. Two receivers to his left, one receiver to his right. He's going deep down the right sideline. Defense is there. He makes the catch.
Number 14,
10,
Davis.
5,
Ethan Davis
touchdown.
Touchdown, Woodstock.
So they move Davis outside to the wide receiver, and he scores the touchdown for the Centaurs. So they go up 6-0 here, 5:48 into the first. Left in the first.
So we were talking about Ethan Davis at the beginning of this broadcast, that he can do it offensively in the pass and the run. Saw it right there. Was covered by Ethan Frazier. Was able to get in the air and take it all the way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the contest.
So Getz is going to attempt a point after here.
Jackson
Is
gets
the snap?
the point.
It's up and it's good.
Taking
So that
point.
makes it 7-0 here with 5:48 to go in the first quarter.
First quarter. Woodstock 7. Griswold nothing.
64-yard TD pass from Saucier to Davis. And that puts the Centaurs up 6-0. The extra point is good, so they scored 7-0 here, 5:48 to go in the first.
Right, so what Griswold really needs to do is just take that out. I mean, Woodstock was able to capitalize on the interception that Griswold gave them for that possession. They just need to erase it. It's early in the ball game, 5:48 left to play in the first
27
quarter.
Jackson gets the kickoff.
It's just
for
one touchdown. They're getting the ball back right
Woodstock.
here. Do what you've been doing. We've been getting positive yards. It's the only thing. Stay disciplined and don't get those penalties.
So the turnover leads to 7
Number
for the
14,
Centaurs.
Rubino.
They don't have the scoreboard updated, but it is 7-0.
Deep to receive for Griswold.
All right, here we go. It's an onside kick.
Onside kick.
And they get it.
Got it.
Woodstock recovers it at about the 42 of the Wolverines.
Covered by Woodstock.
It looked like Griswold was going to let that go out of bounds.
That was Trevor Savoy, a junior for the Centaurs, that recovered the onside kick. I think Griswold was hoping that was going to go out of bounds.
Well, Savoy came kind of out of nowhere and grabbed that right before it did go
First
out of
and
bounds.
10 for Woodstock from the Griswold 42-yard line.
So we'll see here whether or not it's Saucier or Davis. Looks like Saucier's back at quarterback, John.
Well, they do rotate in and out. You can see it does look like Davis has more snaps than Saucier, but Saucier is productive when he's in the quarterback position.
Saucier's rushed the pass, and we've got a flag down in the defensive backfield.
Penalty marker on the field.
Could be holding or pass interference. Looks like it was thrown before the ball was in the air. So we'll see. Holding. That'll be holding on Griswold. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. So that'll bring the ball down to the 37 for Woodstock.
So penalties early here against Griswold.
Oh, it's a 10-yard penalty in high school. My bad. I thought it was only a 5-yarder.
Penalty will be first and 10 for Woodstock from the Griswold 32-yard line.
All the way down to the 32-yard line for the Centaurs. First and 10. Saucier looks to his left. It's over, gets his head. Incomplete.
10 for 27.
Peltier on the coverage.
Second and 10 for Woodstock from the Griswold 32-yard line.
But it does look like the Griswold defensive line is able to get some penetration against this Woodstock offensive line, which is something we have not seen this season from the Griswold defense. So that's a good sign.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Split backs in the backfield. Saucier takes it, inside handoff.
Bonner on the carry.
Bonner's going to try to take it around the corner. He gets tackled by Peltier at the 35. So that'll be a loss of 3 and bring up 3rd and 13.
You see Aiden get up off the ground like that, like, yeah, I just did that tackle. Getting some high fives from his teammates. Absolutely, for a tackle like that.
3rd and 13 for Woodstock from the Griswold 35-yard line.
With that tackle, this brings the ball to the near hash mark for us. Woodstock going right to left here. So that'll be 3rd and 13 for the Centaurs. Again, the Wolverines defense coming through.
The Wolverine defense has been the strongest point of their team so far this season, and they're really showing it here early against the Centaurs.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Saucier takes the
looking left.
He's looking left all the way down. Good coverage. Oh, he's still. Oh, no, incomplete.
Saucier's pass intended for Jackson gets incomplete.
Aiden Peltier once again. Good Lord Almighty.
Holding on the Centaurs.
Right.
So that'll back them up a little more. Or do you just decline and go 4th and 13?
I decline to take the results of the play.
That was a jump ball for sure there, John. And both of them had a chance. And both of them got their hands on it, but it fell to the ground.
So we'll wait and see what they say. I'd rather get the 4th down because it's already 3rd and 13 right now. You back them up, it remains 3rd down.
Do you go 3rd and 23 or 4th down and 13? They're declining it and going 4th and 13.
4th and 13 for Woodstock from the Griswold 35-yard line.
And it had to be a pretty bad hold because there were 2 flags.
Right.
Had to be pretty obvious.
When you got 2 referees throwing their flags out, you know.
Oh, Davis back in at quarterback, John. Here we go. Gets in motion left to right. Davis takes the snap. Lefty looks to his right. Nothing's there. He throws that way. Makes the catch. Is he in bounds? Yes. Right at the marker. Right at the marker.
Early on the coverage.
Wow.
So that'll be a first down for Woodstock at the 22.
So that must have been, instead of 1 foot in, that's 1 back in. as he was falling to the ground to make that
First
reception.
and 10
He
for
does pick up a first down for Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Woodstock going back in between
from the
the
Griswold
senior
22-yard line.
quarterback and the junior quarterback, and it seems to be working well for him.
That looked like one backside equals 1 foot.
Right.
The NFL is so quirky with that. It's like a knee equals 2 feet, an elbow
Your backside,
in motion.
Yeah.
Davis hands off inside.
Oh!
Bonner all the way in for the score. Touchdown, Woodstock.
Touchdown, Woodstock.
Number 23, Peyton Barna, scores on a 22-yard scamper. 3:50 here to go in the first, and that'll make it 13-0 Centaurs.
Yeah, he just scooted through the line there. There must have been just enough space for him to get through on that left side of the offensive line and was able to take it all the way in for another Woodstock touchdown.
Looks like they'll go for one again. Getz will make the attempt.
Braden Saucy to hold. Jackson gets to attempt the extra point.
High snap. Kick is up. No good. Off to the left. So that'll leave it 13-0.
3:50 remaining in the first quarter.
At snap.
Woodstock
Looks like it
13.
obviously impacted that attempt. So 3:50 to go here in the first. 13. Woodstock. Griswold, nothing. John, let's see if Griswold can come out here on the kickoff. Not be asleep.
Right. No, they can do it. You know, really, it's the mental errors and the penalties that are really holding Griswold back in this ball game. And that's a familiar storyline that we've seen with Griswold this season. So if they're able to just tighten up their game, keep their minds in it, keep the penalties away from their side of the field, you know, it's only 13 points. We're still in the first quarter. This ball game's not over.
Receive low with number 11, Joshua Turner.
It's been a very slow-moving first quarter.
Yeah, especially Woodstock. We had some incompletes on the Woodstock side, but for the most part, it's been a running attack by both teams, so you would expect the clock to move pretty quickly. Both teams still have all three of their timeouts here in the first half.
Kickoff goes deep. Rubino at the 9.
10-yard line.
It's up to 20, the 30, the 33, 34-yard line is where Griswold will start this one.
On the tackle for Woodstock.
If Rubino was able to break through number 25 right there, there was nothing but green turf in front of him.
And he's coming off limping, John, so that'll bring in somebody else to replace Rubino here on the offensive side. Looks like Turner. Turner's coming in for Rubino.
Griswold 33-yard line.
First and 10 at Griswold's 33. Staying with a double wing. Cassidy under center, turns around, hands it off on the inside.
Carry for Griswold.
Malave gets it up to the 36, so that'll be a gain of 3 and make it 2nd and 7.
25 Austin
I'll tell you what, Danny Sims with his block right there, Woodstock. He was driving his guy all the way past the 40-yard line.
2nd and 7 for
hopefully Griswold saw that, put them running backs behind big Danny Sims.
Griswold
we got some
36
positive
line.
yardage going.
Second and 7 here. Wolverines on their own 36. Just about 3 minutes ago here in the first quarter. They're down 13-0. Palillo in motion. He takes the pitch and gets tackled in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That'll basically make it 3rd and 9 now for the Wolverines.
59 Evan Roy on the tackle. 3rd and 9 for Griswold from the Griswold 34-yard line.
Looks like, John, if he could have shed that first contact, he might have been able to make something out of that. But
well, Roy had a fistful of jersey. He wasn't going anywhere. Palillo ran into Mr. Roy, and Mr. Roy said, we'll stop right here.
Turner in motion. Cassie's going to throw the ball here. No, he's going to run it.
On the carry.
Winds up getting tackled right about the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 4th and 9.
16 River Favreau on the tackle.
They're going to give him a loss of 1 there, so it'll make it 4th and nope. There's
We'll see. He'll get it set.
They're going back and forth here, so 4th and 9.
Griswold from their own 34-yard line. 1:53 and counting remaining in the first quarter.
4th and 9 here. Looks like Turner's walking back to punt it.
Brendan Hopkins running out onto the field.
Josh Turner to punt.
And that looks like it's going to be offsides here on Woodstock. I don't know.
Getting the jump, maybe a hard count, because that whole line moved.
Penalty markers on the field.
That's the second time Woodstock's encroached.
Offsides, Woodstock.
So that makes it 4th and 4.
And about 4 for
Still looking
Griswold.
to punt it.
That looks to be the case.
From their own 39-yard line.
Turner gets it away. High punt off to the left.
Turner
Takes a Griswold bounce inside the 40, inside the 35, and down at the 33.
34-yard line.
So once
First
again,
and
Mr.
10
Turner
for
with his
Woodstock
high
from their own
punts,
34.
able to get his shooters down there to cover on the return, and then he gets those Griswold bounces every single time.
They are going to mark it between the 33 and 34. So that wound up being about a 32-yard net on the punt. And here we go. It's Davis back in at quarterback. He draws back, rolls to his left, throws it to Getz here on the outside. He catches it, and the ball comes out, but I think he got back on top of it. That'll be a first down at their own 44. The Centaurs on the move again.
So one of the things we're noticing here early with this
First and 10 for Woodstock.
Davis
From
always
the
rolls
Woodstock
to his left.
44-yard line.
That seems to be his favorite side.
Low snap. Davis catches it. It's a swing pass over to Barna. Barna for another first down inside the Griswold territory. They mark him down at the 44 of Griswold.
Number 4, Kincaid Rubino on the tackle for Griswold.
Coming out throwing right away.
First and 10 for Woodstock from the Griswold 44-yard line.
John, we're down to 20 seconds here to go in the first. 13-0 Griswold Wheeler trails. Davis with the snap. Hands it off to Barna. He stumbles, but is able to leap ahead for about 1 yard gain. And that'll do it for the first quarter, John. 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the first with your score, 13 Woodstock, Griswold Wheeler, nothing. You're listening to high school football on SNSN. And John, second quarter starting here. Woodstock will have it 2nd and 9 at their own 43.
Well, on the Griswold 43.
Griswold, did I say that? Say that wrong? Yeah, that's because they're going to walk it to the other side, right?
But, I think Griswold, they're showing some things here
Saturday
in this
at
game.
noontime.
The defense is standing
The
tall.
Centaurs
even
will
though
host the Legend
Woodstock's
Colonels,
been
which
able
is
to score
probably
2
going to be for the
touchdowns,
Division II
Griswold
ECC championship.
defense.
And as always, the
Playing
Centaurs
pretty
would
tough.
appreciate your
And the
support.
offense has been able to move the football, and it's really been penalties and mental errors, and that one interception that we threw earlier on in the first quarter, that's really the big difference here. I mean, they've been able to hold Woodstock to 13 points in the first quarter.
Well, really, the scores have come off of turnovers, and I say that loosely because the first touchdown was off the interception, but the second one was actually off the onside kick. So it's technically a turnover in possession when you're looking at it that way, because you're expecting to get the ball on the kickoff and do your thing, but they faked them out with an onside kick. Woodstock was able to recover, and then they scored on a 22-yard run by Barna.
Right, so I think we can actually see, Griswold get into the end zone for themselves here in this
Starting
ballgame.
the
Like
second
we said,
period.
you're able to score against this Woodstock team.
has it 2nd and 9 from the Griswold 43-yard line.
All right, here we go. First play of the second quarter. Woodstock at the Griswold 43-yard line, 2nd and 9. Davis in the shotgun, single back to his left, 2 receivers on the right and left. He drops back. He's looking deep over the middle. He's got a receiver. Broken up by Rubino. Saracena and Rubino went up for that. Saracena's getting up a little wonky with his right leg there.
Right, Saracena definitely with the height advantage on that, but they both go up for it.
Woodstock
Rubino able to break it up. Makes
Griswold,
it incomplete,
43
brings up 3rd and 9.
The ball was definitely high. Again, it was another jump ball for the receiver and the defender. So they throw it 3 times and run it once on this drive. Davis in the shot, single back to his left. Now we've got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. He drops back, rolls to his right, looking to the outside for Getz. He overthrows him.
For Jackson Getz, incomplete.
Pelletier was there with the coverage.
Aiden Pelletier on the coverage.
Getz did have a step on him there. Had the ball been on target, he certainly would have made the catch.
From the Griswold 43.
So once again, the Griswold defense bringing up 4th down for Woodstock. Woodstock's been able to convert when they get to 4th down. 4th down and 9 here. Can the Griswold defense hold them?
As John said, 4th and 9 here for the Centaurs. Now the back moves to Davis's right.
Watch Gates.
Gates in motion again, left to right. Going to put the 3 stack of the wide receivers on the right-hand side. So trips right. Davis drops back. He's under pressure, trying to make something out of it. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
And that's Logan Davis that came in there with initial contact.
So that'll be down at the 45. And that's where the Wolverines will take over.
So there we go. Turnover on down. Griswold defense. Griswold defense is going to keep this Wolverine ball club in this ball game.
From their own 45-yard line.
I think this is their best starting field position of the day, John. They did get into Centaur territory, but they had that penalty that moved them back into their own territory.
Right, the chop block. What was that, about a 31-yard penalty?
It wound up being a 31-yard change of field position for sure. Cassie turns around, hands it off to Turner. Turner into Centaur territory, gets it down to the 48 of the Centaurs. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
So Mr. Turner going off tackle to the right side, picks up 7 yards. Fantastic
2nd and 3 for Griswold from the Woodstock 48-yard line.
Second down and 3 here for the Wolverines. Cassidy in his shotgun, single back, Turner behind him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap, turns around, hands it off to Turner again. He goes left. Not going to be able to get outside. And that'll be a loss of 3 yards, 4 yards maybe.
Loss by number 50.
And that was Huck Flanagan on the tackle. One of the Woodstock seniors. As Mike always tries to find one of the cool names.
On that tackle.
Huck Flanagan being one of those in this ball game.
Well, 50 made the tackle, and 50 for the Wolverines is down right now.
Right, that's Zach Comfort.
Comfort down on the ground. So that was a loss of 4, John. So that'll make 3rd and 7.
So kind of interesting how Griswold was able to move the ball. They were in the double wing, which we have been pretty critical of all season. Then they come back here. Now they're starting to spread the offense out a little bit. And they've got 3rd down and 7 here right at midfield.
So they went from the Centaurs 48 back to their own 48. Loss of 4 on that play by Huck Finn. Nice tackle.
Yeah, Huck Flanagan, Huck Finn. We are in.
I don't see a Tom Sawyer on their roster. No. Is there a Tom Sawyer on there?
But there's a Becky.
No Neil Peart, Geddy Lee.
No.
For those of you that don't know that reference, that's Tom Sawyer is a song by Rush. Neil Peart passed away this year. Yeah, one of the best rock and roll drummers of all time. Not just in my opinion, but in many others.
Actually, it's pretty fascinating. He's got a video out there talking about how difficult it was to play Tom Sawyer.
From their own 48-yard line.
That looks to be
31 remaining in the second period.
Pretty serious injury here for Confer. His left ankle, I think, is what they're looking at. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. Cassidy looks to pass it to bubble screen to Rubino.
He may have got back to the line of scrimmage.
I think that's exactly where they're going to put it, John. So it'll be 4th and 7. I mean, you're midfield here. Do you,
16 with Fabro on the tackle.
do you go for it?
Flanagan.
No, guess not. They're going to send Turner back to punt it away. 10 minutes here to go in the first half. Griswold Wheeler trails 13-0 to the Woodstock Centaurs. 4th and 7 here on their own 48. Griswold Wheeler will punt it away.
Jackson gets deep to receive for Griswold.
Turner's off the side of his foot going to the right side. Takes a bounce at the 30. Rolls in. Picks it up out on the bounce and gets a few yards out of it, maybe to the 32-33, where the Centaurs will start this drive.
So interesting choice of play selection from Griswold with that possession. You know, going more to a spread offense. They're 4-and-out, punted off, and now they've given the Centaurs pretty good field position at their own. Was it 33.5
line?
33. It looks like it just touching the 33. We don't have a pole in our way either, John. Here
we don't, but we're kind of. It's a very flat angle.
There is no light stanchion blocking our view. Davis takes a snap. Screen. Oh! Read it perfectly by Palillo.
Over that.
Almost had a pick. The offender became the defender there.
Yeah, I think River Favreau actually thought Ryan may have picked that off because he went immediately into defensive mode.
From their own 30.
He basically tackled him at that point because he's like, I don't know if you have it or not, but I'm making sure you're not going anywhere.
But he cut that route perfectly.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 here for Woodstock. Got the tight end stacked to the right. Receiver in motion left to right. Now going back to the middle. Handoff here to Barna. And he's brought down for maybe a gain of 1.
Number 9, Aiden Peltier.
Looks like they got to the 35-yard line.
Maybe 2. All right, 25-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
3rd and about 8 for Woodstock.
And just in case you're wondering,
from their own 35-yard
it's not
line.
John's Texas accent or my New England accent. His name is really Barna. So it's not Barner, and we're saying Bana. It's not that. His name is Barna. Gets in motion left or right. Gets into the slot. Davis takes a snap. Draws back. Rolls to his right. He's pressured.
Still looking for somebody.
Tosses it to Getz off his hand. Oh! Off 2 receivers' hands there. No one could come up with it. Falls to the ground. Incomplete.
And we got flags.
And we got holding on Woodstock. Again, do you take it and make it 3rd and 18, or do you keep it to go to 4th down and 8? So that went off Getz's hands and then Saracina's hands. So Woodstock had 2 shots at that. No one could come up with it.
I'd back them up here.
That's exactly what they're doing. So it'll be 3rd and 18. Mike's getting cold because he's in the shade. He's got his hood on.
He's got the hoodie on. His hands are in his sleeves. The older I get, the warmer I get.
Penalty will be declined.
No, they're declining it.
Goes back.
All right. The officials, I think, assumed they were going to take the penalty and started walking it back.
So, interesting
We'll
choice.
so
it's 4th and short, 4th and 8.
From their own 35-yard line.
Could have been 3rd and about, 13?
3rd and 18.
3rd and 18.
So we got 4th and 8. 8:37 here to go in the first half. 13-0. Griswold Wheeler trails. Davis by himself in the backfield. He rolls to his left. Oh, he punts it away. A little pooch punt. Pooch kick. Rubino was back just in case, but that was a nice kick.
That was an excellent
Down at the 11
yard. Kind of reminded me of
Gets
Danny
downs
White.
it at the 11.
Danny White of the old Cowboys 70s and 80s doing double duty quarterback and punter, and he would roll and get those punts off, and that's exactly what Mr. Davis did, and that's going to put Griswold back deep.
1st and 10 for Griswold from their own 11.
You see that a lot today, even in the NFL, but a lot in college, where they're bringing all these people in from Australia, and that's what they do. They run and then they kick it. It's just like an Australian rules rugby kick.
Football, right. So Australian rules football, rugby, to me, looks like the same game. Is it the same game, or are they different games? They have different names.
They call it Australian rules football. We call it rugby.
Okay.
Just like soccer and football.
Right.
All right, Cassidy in the shotgun sends Palillo in motion left to right. Turns around, hands it off to Turner. Turner over the right side. He gets up to the 15, 16-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 15.
16 with a Favreau on the tackle.
So that'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Turner and Malave inside, John, are chewing up some yards.
They're getting some great positive yardage going right up the middle. So we're getting some blocks from the offensive line of Griswold.
15-yard line.
Malave's on the sidelines over here, John. I wonder why.
Maybe he's a special weapon.
He did start in the backfield today for the Wolverines. Cassidy in the shotgun. Turner behind him. Rubino this time motion left to right. Cassidy rolls to his right. There's nothing there. He's going to run it. He's up to the 20 and gets absolutely clocked, but holds on to the ball. And that'll be a first down, I think, where they're marking it.
Yeah, it looked like he was starting to go into his slide, but
they gave him the 22. He was not at the 22. But that's okay. We'll take it. First down, Wolverines.
22-yard line.
So that's first down here in 10 for the Wolverines at the 22.
So Cassidy making a mental note to start that slide a little bit earlier.
Turns around, hands it off to Turner. He's up to the 25, 26. Will be brought down there, so
59.
Still picking up 3 to 4 yards.
Tackle for
Mr. Turner coming right up off tackle.
Man, they're giving him the 27. Hey, they keep doing that. We'll take it.
Right.
All right, second and 5 here. There's no way he had the 27 there.
Griswold from the Griswold 27-yard line.
Cassidy jogs back from the sideline with the play. Stays in the shotgun. Turner behind him. Double stack receivers to his left. Turns around, hands it off. Penetration that time by 16 and 54 for the 34, I should say, for Woodstock. So that was Favreau and Anderson. I'm sorry. Stranson, 34.
You're looking at 30. I thought 54.
It was 16 and 34, I think, on that one. Oh, maybe it was 54. Hey, we'll call them all.
Yeah.
Kenneth Brown. 16 definitely had the first contact. And that drops him back to 3rd and 9, so a loss of 4 on that one. That's where the Wolverines will start this third down play. Got 4 receivers in the game this time, John. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They're blitzing. Here comes the pressure. He gets it off. It's short.
No.
Picked off. Tackled by Rubino from behind.
Austin Amlaw.
So Austin Amlaw again on an interception. The pass was short. He had receivers deep.
So we've watched enough of these games this year, John, to know that Cassidy's arm is not strong. Right? I mean, it's just not. So why would you have, on a 3rd and 9, guys going 15, 20 yards deep?
39-yard line.
Go to the marker, turn around, throw the ball.
There you go. Exactly. You got to play smart football. Like we know we've got a freshman quarterback. You know, the arm strength's not all the way there. We've thrown 2 picks. That one was right to Mr. Ammo. He's got both of them today.
Saucier back in for quarterback at Woodstock.
Davis
takes
here
a
on
snap.
the right. Looking to Davis all the way.
Looking again. Oh, and he was there, but
Davis.
that's one of those back shoulder throws, John, where the receiver knows, but the defender doesn't. Frazier was there, but he had no idea where the ball was. And Davis just waited, turned around, and caught the ball.
Right in the as soon as Davis turned
First
around,
and 10
Ethan
for
Frazier, is trying to play catch
Griswold
up. He goes to the ground. Davis
from
comes
the-
up with the catch, gets the first down for
excuse me,
Woodstock.
first and 10 for Woodstock from the Griswold
And it's
12-yard line.
What, first down and 10 from the 12?
First and 10 from the 12. Saucier stays in a quarterback. Barner motion right to left.
Having to scramble.
Yeah, he steps out right about at the
Forced
line
out
of
of
scrimmage.
bounds by number 11.
Oh, no, they're going to mark it for a 2-yard loss. So that'll be second and 12. Something was going on there with Davis and Frazier. I caught the end of it, but they were both on the ground. I don't know how that happened, but.
No. The mysteries of turf fields. I call it the turf monster.
Second
He
and
shows up
12
every once in a
for
while.
I think there was some contact.
Woodstock
I just don't know who initiated it.
from the Griswold 13-yard line.
Saucier, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. That's Barner in motion again, right to left. And he's looking for the end zone.
Saucier
Gets
pass incomplete.
defended well by Peltier, and that'll drop incomplete.
Brings up third and long. So Griswold defense continuing
Intended for 27.
to make
Jackson
third and
gets.
long, fourth and long against the Centaurs.
I wonder how long they could do it, though, John. They're going to have
Third
at some
and
point you
12
get gassed if you're the one that's on the field all the time. That's that time of possession battle.
Woodstock.
So third
from
and
the Griswold
12.
14-yard line.
Third and 12 here for the Centaurs. 4:19 to go here in the first half. Centaurs lead the Wolverines 13-0. Saucier looking to the sidelines, gets the play. Coach is screaming at him again. Maybe they changed it up. Takes a snap from the shotgun, looks to his left. That gets again. He'll go again to Getz.
Saucier to get
Over his head, incomplete. And that'll be fourth down and 12 from the 14.
Early on the coverage.
So Getz looks like he has a pretty decent
Correction,
leg.
Peltier on the coverage.
Do they go with a field goal here, or are they going
Fourth
to?
and 12 for
Somebody's coming in.
Woodstock.
In high school, you actually get a little, it's not really a TT, but it's almost a place mark
Griswold
that you use that's to
14-yard line.
position the ball for the extra points and field goals.
Right, it's like a little
4:11
2-inch black
remaining in the
rubber
first half.
stand.
All right, so that's what's going to happen. Well, you do have Saucier as the holder, so a fake is not out of the question
Field goal attempt
with one of your
from
quarterbacks
the
as your holder.
22-yard line will make it a 32-yard field goal from Jackson Getz.
They're going to put it down.
No, that's going to go to the left. He missed it.
Kick is no good.
He missed it. He hooked it.
He did.
Griswold takes over on downs.
Hooked right
So the
off
field
tee.
goal attempt at 4:05 is no good, and it keeps the score 13-0 Woodstock over Griswold Wheeler. And that is going to get the ball to Woodstock
First and
at
10 for Griswold from
the
their own
20.
20-yard line.
So the Griswold defense, once again, putting a defensive hold on there, putting it back into the offensive hands. We got 4:05 left in the first half. Can Griswold score before we go into halftime?
And that time the turnover didn't hurt. All 3 timeouts here, 2 for Griswold here. Looks like they're blitzing there again, John.
They may have been a little early.
Penalty marker on the field.
Somebody definitely jumped on the left-hand side of the defensive line, but yep, they're calling it.
Offsides, Woodstock.
So there we go. We always have to make sure that we didn't draw them
Ball
offside.
comes up to the 25-yard line. First and 5 for Griswold from the Griswold 25-yard line.
The offending party, I think, was just called off the field.
He's got to go talk to his coach.
All right, here we go. Cassidy in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He turns around and hands it to Turner.
For Griswold.
Turner gets over the 25 up to the 28.
70, William Chambers on the tackle for Woodstock.
So that'll make it 2nd and 2.
So Josh Turner,
Second
once
and
again,
2
picking up
for
3 yards
Griswold.
on that run.
From the
And it's just power running
Griswold
football from the
27-yard line.
Griswold offense right here, and it's working out for them. It's now, 2nd and 2. They got to get to the 30-yard line, pick up that first down.
Cassidy staying in the shotgun. Two receivers to his right, one to the left. Turner behind him. Turns around and hands it off to him.
On the carry.
He'll be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
See where they mark it, because he may have had some help from the tackler on that
71
play.
Everett Mahalski on the tackle.
That's exactly where they're going to spot it. So it'll be 3rd and 2.
For Griswold from their own 27-yard line.
We got to pick up this first down.
Clock's running. Down to 2:45 here left to go in the first half. 13-0. Woodstock up on Griswold Wheeler. Oh, and it's a jailbreak to the quarterback.
For a loss.
And that'll be down at the 22-yard line.
Huck Flanagan among the tacklers for Woodstock.
So Woodstock overloaded here on the right side. There was just not enough blockers to keep the defensive onslaught there. They were able to bring Cassidy down for a loss.
From their own 21-yard line.
That play's called Meet Me at the Quarterback.
Yeah, I think Josh Turner took the play action, went to the right side, saw
Turner
three Centaurs heading towards
Jackson
him and
gets deep to receive.
Oh, no.
On 4th and 8, Turner will punt it away. Gets the punt off. Good punt. And I'll drop it to 48 for Griswold, take a little bit of a Griswold bounce, and they'll down it at the 45 of Woodstock.
Down at the Woodstock 46-yard line.
46.
150 remaining
will be
in
the
first
spot.
half.
32-yard net gain for the Griswold Wheeler team. 150 here to go in the first half. 13-0. Woodstock leads the Wolverines.
So, I mean, mark down
First
the date
and
and
10
time.
for Woodstock from their own.
But I'm
46
recommending
yard line.
Griswold go back to the double wing. That was working out early in the first quarter. They've come more to the spread offense, and it just has not worked out for Griswold.
Snap to Saucer. He turns around, hands it off. And that's a first carry for Trevor Savoy.
Josh Turner in for that tackle.
Stopped them right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Griswold. 2nd and 10 for Woodstock.
Woodstock going hurry up.
46.
Minute 30 here to go in the first half. See if they can put some more points on the board before the end of the first half. Saucier drops back, looks over the middle, and it's caught.
Saracena is complete.
Saracena to the 10, 5, touchdown, Woodstock. 54-yard score with 1:10 left to go here in the first half. Woodstock goes up 16-0. 19-0. Thanks, Mike.
So Ethan Frazier was back on coverage, but that ball was thrown perfectly into Saracena's hands, and he was able to just jog it into the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of the ball game for Woodstock.
All right. Oh, they're going for 2, and they get it. So that'll make the score 21-0 Woodstock. 2-point conversion is good.
So completely confused the
1:10
Griswold
remaining in the
defense
first
on
half.
that.
Woodstock 21, Griswold nothing.
All right, Wolverines will get the ball back one more time here in the first half, 1:10 to go. One of the things they don't have without Kessler, John, is that guy that has breakaway speed where, you know, even in a situation like this, you might try to run a play or two to see if you can get him to break one, but they don't really have somebody like that anymore on the team.
No, that was one thing that you did get with Kessler. If he got to the edge and with that speed, because he would get up to speed in just a step or two, and if he could get to the edge, you know, it was going to be a horse race. But this power run game that they've had off tackle has been
Jackson
successful. And actually, Griswold, you know, that's why I said mark down the date and time. Because I recommend going back to that double wing and just keep that power game. Because we've seen with the spread and going to a couple of passes, they've been intercepted. And Woodstock's been able to capitalize.
Kickoff right down the middle of the field, taken at the 27 by Palillo. He gets up to the 39. And that's where
Jackson gets among the
Griswold will
tacklers.
start. Not bad field position. Again, if you can break a couple
Along
big
with
plays
72,
here.
John Armstrong.
Right, and Griswold does have all 3 of its timeouts. We're just over a minute left in this
First
first half.
and
They're going to
10
have
for
to move
Griswold
fast
from
get
their
this
own
ball down the
39-yard
field.
line.
We'll see what Coach Wilcox has in store for the Wolverines. The double wing has been working today. And it looks like they're going back to it, John.
Hey, there you go.
A little emotion left to right. Malave back in there.
Pass.
Going over the middle.
Oh,
He had 2 open receivers. Both Rubino
For number
and
4,
Peltier
PJ
were
Rubino.
open on those routes, and he threw it short.
And who was there? Number 25, Austin Amlaw.
That's what you call a ball hawk.
Second and 10
On
for
defense, they're
Griswold
always around the ball.
from their own 39-yard line.
That's one thing Cassidy's going to have to key on when he goes to his passing plays. He's going to have to look and see where number 25 is and go the other way.
Mike has now resorted to blowing on his hands. And, John, I fear that in the second half we will also be in the shade. I came prepared, but
I have a thermos of coffee today.
I have hats and I have a hat and gloves. So
Hat and glove.
after last night's game,
Was carried by number 5, Ryan Palillo.
Palillo gets about a yard on that, maybe 2. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
And
Woodstock takes the timeout. Interesting. Hey, why not, right?
Right.
Throw another bomb and see if we can go up 28-0.
They're probably thinking they can get a turnover here
Timeout on
and
the
still
field.
keep some time on the clock because they've been pretty successful with their passing game. But going back to the hat and gloves, I wear a hat even if it's 90 degrees outside because I got nothing on top. So I'm either going to get sunburned or cold.
Yeah, last night at kickoff, it was 41 degrees. And by the start of the 4th quarter, it was 34. So,
Yeah, driving up here this morning, when I got into the truck, it said 39. And I was contemplating bringing another layer with me.
yeah, when I woke up this morning, I asked Alexa what the temperature was. She said 29. And we definitely had some frost on the cars. So, I think it's our second frost.
There you go. I think
Since October.
And about 8.
Yeah,
Which is rare because,
Griswold
it's been pretty warm so far this fall.
it has. But once it
50
decided to go
seconds remaining
cold,
in the
it's been
first
cold
half.
the last several days. So 3rd and 8 for Griswold, 50 seconds left to play in the first half.
Staying with the double wing. Palillo in motion. Cassie drops back. He
ball's on the
fumbles it.
ground.
Cassidy fumbles the ball.
But Malave picks it up, tries to make something out of it, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage to be 4th and 8.
Yeah, it looks like he got back to the 41. And another
Woodstock.
timeout, Woodstock.
Woodstock taking another timeout at 38 seconds here to go in the first half. It's 4th down, so Griswold's more than likely going to punt it. And that will be lost. Malave lost a yard, it looks like. They haven't moved the down marker back. The guy's sleeping. He's looking to his left.
He's like 38 seconds and I can go use the restroom.
Oh, no, he's there. He's there. But it was an optical illusion on my part. Like you said, it's kind of weird
This
how we're
very
sitting.
flat angle.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. So it's still 4th and 8 for the Wolverines. 38 seconds here to go in the first half. They're down 21-0 to Woodstock. Woodstock took their second timeout, so they have 1 left, although the scoreboard still says they have 3.
Well, we're keeping track on the handy-dandy
With
legal
time in
pad.
4th and 8 for Griswold from the Griswold 41-yard line.
Turner's going to punt it away.
Saracena.
He gets it off. Good
And gets
punt.
Steep to receive.
Excellent punt. gonna be
Saracena at his
caught.
30-yard line.
Saracena catches at the 30, gets up to the 39. And that's where Woodstock will start their drive with 26 seconds to go and 1 timeout here in the first half.
26 seconds. So we
Angel
need one of
Martin
those
on the tackle
defensive
for
stands
Griswold.
right now from the Griswold defense. They've been able to do it a couple of times in this first half.
Who made that tackle?
1st and 10 for
I started
Woodstock.
right.
Your son.
Oh, did he?
From their own 40
All right. Hey,
26
fantastic.
seconds
I
remaining
missed
in the
it. I
first
was
half.
writing down the notes of where Woodstock was starting with 26 seconds. And I missed my own son's tackle.
Oh, man, they gave him another yard, so they're at the 40.
Ah.
All right, first down and 10 at the 40. Saucier. Oh, that was tipped.
Oh.
That was tipped at the line of
Braden
scrimmage.
Saucier is incomplete.
And it went behind Davis. Falls to the ground, incomplete.
The coverage.
But that does stop the clock, Kevin.
Second and 10.
Stops the clock at
for
21
Woodstock.
seconds. I think John Dugan got a big mitt on that one.
That's a big mitt to get on it. I think at halftime we're going to have to find a big rock and sun ourselves to warm up.
Or just move to the right.
Yeah.
Keep moving to the right. To our right. All right, here we go. Saucier drops back. Tipped again. Intercepted. 25 down to the 22.
Number 23.
Logan Davis with the interception.
Off the tip.
The
So 2 tips in a row. This time I think it was number 73 that got his hand on that one. Danny Sims, who's even a bigger mitt.
Right, and then Huck Flanagan wrestled Davis down to the ground like he was a steer in a rodeo.
Nice play by Griswold. Defense again coming through.
First and 10, Griswold from the Woodstock 22.
They took a timeout, I believe, there.
They do. There's
John.
an official timeout with an injured player here back on the 40s.
Okay, yep, I see that. Looks like it's a cramp there. They're stretching him out. Can't see the number for Woodstock, but just the way they're stretching him, it looks like he's got a cramp.
Yeah, you got to be careful, especially with the weather getting colder. You got to stretch those muscles out.
Yeah, and you tend not to hydrate as much, right? Because you're not sweating as much, so you don't think you're
right.
Need the water as much, but you do. That's number 5, Trevor Savoy.
Little limp off the field, but he's able to walk off under his own power. So it looks like we'll see him again in the second half. Number 23, his teammate coming to help him off the field. That's Peyton Barna. 12 seconds left in the first half. First down and 10, Griswold.
First and 10 for Griswold.
First and 10 from the Woodstock 22.
22-yard
Cassidy in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. Turner behind him. Turns around, looks. Throws it. Intercepted.
You've got to be
intercepted by Jackson Getz.
Jackson Getz.
And that double turnovers in a row, interception, with 5 seconds here to go in the first half will probably do it. Woodstock probably doesn't want to take the chance of turning it over again. So the ball was thrown late and underthrown.
Well, the one thing I was going to say on that is
from their own
Cassidy
16-yard
was
line.
staying in the pocket,
5 seconds
not
remaining in the
starting to
first half.
scamper as soon as he saw defenders coming towards him, which is an improvement in his passing game. There was a receiver open, but then who was that? 27, Jackson Getz.
Jackson Getz
Comes in, picks it off, makes it first down and 10 for Woodstock.
Now he's going to run it
Ethan Davis on the
outside, and he'll bring it up to the 32.
Number 9.
That'll take it.
That'll triple zeros on the clock, and that'll do it for the first half. Woodstock leads your Griswold Wheeler Wolverines 21-0, and you're listening to high school football on SNSN. We'll be back for the third quarter after halftime. And welcome back to Woodstock Academy, where today Griswold Wheeler Wolverines are on the road here at Woodstock. Just about 3 minutes here to go before the second half kickoff. And John, in the first half, well, we had opportunities, but we kept turning the ball over. And then Woodstock certainly made us pay when that happened.
They did. They've been able to capitalize on the mistakes that Griswold's made. We had the 3 interceptions in the passing game. There really hasn't been a Griswold passing game. They were getting some positive yardage there on the ground, especially from the double wing. They did start going back to the double wing there towards the end of the second half. So I would like to see that coming back into the third quarter, because I think with this defense, it is 21-0, but the score is a little bit deceiving. It's because of those interceptions that Woodstock's been able to capitalize on, but the Griswold defense has been tough.
This is a recap from the first half at 5:48 of the first quarter. There was a TD pass, 64 yards, Saucier to Davis, 6-0. Woodstock extra point was good, so that made it 7-0. With 3:50 left to go in the first quarter, is a 22-yard TD run by Barna that made it 13-0. The extra point was no good, and that was actually off an onside kick. So the first score was off an interception. The second one was off an onside kick. They missed a field goal in the second quarter, but then they scored on a 54-yard TD pass, Saucier to Saracena, which made it 19-0, and the 2-point conversion was good. So that puts us at the 21-0 score we currently have. Woodstock up over Griswold Wheeler. All right, we got about a minute to go here for the second half. And, John, we were just noticing, in the halftime, the different teams, they go to their opposite end zones, and Griswold Wheeler was splitting up the squad into the defense offense, it looked like, having some conversations with those coordinators.
They were getting off their feet, having it looked like some one-way conversation happening over there. And really, I think it is, and we said it at the beginning, and we said it a couple of times in the first half, these mental mistakes and penalties are killing this Griswold Wheeler football team. We started to see that early in the game. They were able to tighten it up. We saw some more penalties going against Woodstock later in the first half. So I think here in the second half, if Griswold's able to keep their discipline, keep moving that ball forward on the ground, once you open up that running game, you can open up the passing game. So go back to the passing game after you establish that running game. Get Griswold in the end zone. Get some points on the board. Like we said at the very beginning of this broadcast, you can score against the Centaur football team.
Yeah, as we said in the pregame, they actually been scored on quite a bit. 4 times they've had 20 points or more scored against them this season, the Centaurs have. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. We're about ready to go. So Woodstock took it in the first half. They took the kickoff, so it'll be Griswold's ball here in the second half. See if they can get some points on the board.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, Woodstock coming into this game's given up 126 points on the season.
Starting the second half.
So happy to be bringing this game to you from the Griswold Pride broadcast table today. We're not in a booth. We're in a table. And the sun was on us in the first half, but that is faded behind the press box here at Woodstock Academy. So now we'll be as cold as Mike.
Right, there might be some teeth chattering. Because we were standing kind of behind the press box during the halftime, soak in some of the sun's rays.
All right, Getz will kick it off here for the Academy. Turner and Rubino deep. Rubino's going to come up and field it at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 36. That's probably where he'll get stopped. I'm going to mark him at the 35. So the Wolverines will start the first drive of the second half from their own 35-yard line.
And John Picorni in on that tackle.
Ball will be marked at the 35-yard line. First and 10 for Griswold from their own 35.
All right, they're coming out. Shotgun, maybe? Nope, he's going to go under center. Looks like the power eye this time. The fullback and the halfback. Turn around, hands it off. And it's going to get a couple, maybe 3. They're going to give it up to the 38.
5, Ryan Palillo on this carry.
Yeah,
Palillo gains 3 yards there.
2nd and 7 for Griswold from the Griswold 38-yard line.
Really, that's all they've got to do. Get 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. Let's start converting some first downs, move this ball down the field, and get it into the end zone.
At this point in the season, John, with the way the season has gone, it's really you're looking next year, right? You're trying to figure out some of these younger guys, what it's going to look like for them next year. Not that you're not going to try to win every game. Anybody that's played any sport knows that's what you need to do. That's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage for Malave. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Kevin, I wanted to see where you were going with that because you definitely play to win the game. That's
3rd and 7 for.
But yeah, looking at some of these younger guys, because you look at these rosters.
Griswold 38-yard line.
You've got a lot of juniors and seniors here on the Centaur football team, which is just the opposite for the Wolverines. We've got a lot of sophomores and freshmen. So they're getting some experience here at the varsity level, and they're going to be able to take that experience as they continue with their football careers in high school.
Cassidy's a freshman. Your backup quarterback's a freshman. Malave's a junior. Rubino's a sophomore.
Turner on the carry.
Turner over the 40 to the 41.
Jonah Libby on
just
the
ran over Jonah Libby, put him on his back.
That'll bring up 4th and 4.
4th and about 4.
They're going to punt it away here.
41-yard line. Jackson gets to receive. Joshua Turner to punt.
Oh, they jumped offside again. That's going to give Wolverines a first down.
First down on the offside.
Woodstock.
I don't understand that from the perspective of the Woodstock team. That's the second time on a punt you've done that. Why are you jumping on a punt?
Right. I mean, watch the ball. You know, that's what we were.
Don't listen.
Coached. Yeah.
Don't listen, because somebody on the line could be going like, hut. Who cares? It's when the ball's snapped. That's when you go.
That's when you move. Keep that corner of your eye on the football.
All right. Power eye again. Malave, fullback. Palillo, the halfback.
Number 5.
And he gets a couple.
Ryan Palillo on the toss.
He was met immediately at the 46, but able to get forward.
34, Silas Strenson on the top.
Only one, I guess.
2nd and 9 for Griswold from their own 47-yard line.
A little bit of an equipment adjustment here for one of the Wolverines linemen. I think that's Dugan, John Dugan.
Looks like he's got an issue with a snap. Needed some help from A.J. Hamill.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines. Back to the double wing. Turner in motion right to left. Cassie's going to keep it.
The keeper.
He gets nothing out of that. Maybe even lost a yard.
Centaurs on the tackle.
Now they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage.
Led by number 13, Scott Favreau.
So Griswold trying to get it to the outside. Not happening here. Now they find themselves
3rd and 9 for Griswold from their own 47-yard line.
Still looks like the Griswold offense is looking for something to punch through.
Palillo having an equipment issue with his shoe, it looked like. He fixes that. They come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 9 here. Cassie turns around, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and it's caught.
The number 86.
Who caught that?
Andrew Harden on the reception. And that's going to be near a first down. Looks like it's going to be 4th down and what?
2? 4th and 2.
4th and about 2.
They're going to go for it here.
They're
in Woodstock territory at the 46-yard line, so they'll go for it here on 4th and 2.
Absolutely. They're in Centaur territory, 2 yards away from the first down. Let's do it. Let's get aggressive. Let's put that ball in there. Pick up the first down. Let's go. Oh,
They tried to sneak it, and
Looks like
the
he got
push gets him through. That's why you keep those legs churning. You just never know what's going to happen. He winds up picking up the first down.
There we go.
Gains
Griswold
enough for the first down. 1st and 10 for Griswold.
Good
From
job,
the Woodstock
Wolverine.
44-yard line.
Good toughness there by Cassidy. He got smacked
Yeah, he got
on
hit,
initial
kind of
contact.
Able to roll a little bit to his right, found a hole, and was able to move forward and pick up the first down.
Well, they run about 5.5 minutes here off the clock, John. Start the third quarter. They're into Centaur territory, looking to get on the board for the first time today. Back to this double wing. Palillo in motion. He'll take the handoff up the middle, inside the 40, down to the 39.
Looks like he picked up about 5 on that play. Kind of cut back to the middle, found an opening. And moved it forward, I guess it was about 40.
Scott Favreau among the tacklers for Woodstock.
I think they gave him 5 on that, John. So
2nd
second and 5.
Hey, I'll go
From
with my first
the
answer.
Woodstock 39-yard line.
Always go with your gut instinct in your first answer. It's right 75% of the time.
Yeah, we can't.
Makes you a C student. All right, here we go. Power ride this time. Comes around, hands it off to Palillo again. You'll
Brian
get a
Palillo
couple
on the
more out of
carry.
that. So that'll make it 3rd and 3.
34, Silas Strenson.
Oh, you served, right? Thank you for your service. Coming up on Veterans Day this week.
Going into Veterans Day week. I actually
3rd
get
and
to
3
speak
for
at Griswold
Griswold
Middle School on
from
Wednesday.
the
at their
Woodstock
Veterans ceremony.
37-yard line.
That'll be fun.
So looking forward to that. And a delicious breakfast beforehand.
Nice. Where I was going with that is my dad used to tell me that when the military take tests, when in doubt, Charlie out. Isn't that?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's always answer C.
Yeah, answer C.
All right, here we go. Power eye again. 3rd down and 3 here for Griswold. Turns around, hands it out to Palillo again.
Whoa!
He got
Palillo.
smacked, but he kept going.
That's going to be close to a first down.
I think they're going to be a yard short. Yep, that'll be a yard short.
Excuse me.
4th and 1 here at the
for
35-yard line
Griswold
for Griswold.
from the Woodstock
Wheeler.
35-yard line.
But the Wolverines actually starting to put something together here in the second half.
Well, we were talking about it at halftime. We mentioned it when we came on air after halftime that running the football, power between the tackles has been working. So why not just keep doing that?
Keep doing it. That offensive line's getting that drive, getting the Woodstock defensive line off the ball, creating some lanes, and we're picking up some positive yardage.
I tell you what, though, number 16 for the Centaurs, Favreau, he is breaking through that line almost every time. And he's the one who smacked Palillo, but Palillo kept going, and there you go again.
Oh!
Kevin Marker in the
Had him
field.
jump again, number 71, knew it
Offsides.
immediately.
Woodstock.
First down on penalty again. They
Everett
did it on
Michalski.
4th down when Griswold was ready to
10
punt,
for Griswold
and now they do it on another
from the
4th down
Woodstock 30-yard line.
when Griswold was looking at 4th and 1 to try to keep the ball, and it brings it down to the 30-yard line. That's the 4th or 5th. How many is that, John, today?
At least 4.
It's at least 4 on Woodstock.
And it looks like there's definitely going into a hard count that's driving them off. But Michalski immediately knew it. You got the hands to the side of the helmet. Gives Griswold another first down on the Woodstock 30-yard line.
And guess where he is now?
On the sideline.
That would be correct.
Think about what you did, young man.
He's in the sin bin. All right, there you go. Pitch to Palillo,
Pitches
trying to get
to
outside. They
Brian
swarm
Palillo.
him. He keeps the legs churning, tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but
Initial hit 13.
I
Scott
don't even know if
Favreau
Palillo's
for
feet were on the ground and he was somehow
Woodstock.
still moving forward.
that'll be a loss of about 1, so it'll make it 2nd and 11. That was
Second and
number
11
13. Haven't called his
for
name yet today.
Griswold
Scott
from
Favreau.
the Woodstock
Yep.
31
I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's the brother of,
Yeah,
of
Scout
River.
and
Oh,
River.
they're twins.
Scout and River brothers. Yep, they were.
Or cousins, maybe. Who knows? But
They were brothers.
They are?
They talked about them at their senior ceremony.
Oh, I missed that part. I apologize. Well, the twins, Favreau. They're hoping they're related to John Favreau and all that MCU money that he has.
There you
All right, Cassidy drops back, looks to his left, nothing there. Goes to
Dumps
screen
it
to his right
Gio.
to Malave. Unfortunately, it's not going to get much. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
I tell you what, heads up play by young Mr. Cassidy right there. He had Huck Flanagan.
We got in timeout here on the field.
Timeout.
Woodstock's taking a timeout. We got 2:12 here to go in the third quarter. 21-0. Woodstock leads Griswold Wheeler, but Griswold's had the ball for the entire third quarter here, John. 9 minutes and 48 seconds.
And been able to pick up a couple of first downs. Now they're going to be 3rd and 11 here. But what I was saying about Luke Cassidy right there, he had Huck Flanagan coming right at him. Flanagan had Cassidy in his sights, and Cassidy was able to stand there, dump it to Gio, and keep possession of the ball. Yeah, there's a loss of a yard there, but we're starting to see some improvements in Cassidy's game. I mean, here as a freshman quarterback, it's a huge learning curve, and I think he's starting to figure it out.
So as they say at every level, when you go to the next level in any sport, it's about learning the speed of the game and try to slow it down so your decision-making gets better and better. And that's what you're hoping for as the season goes on, and you see that in Cassidy, and your observation there is that we are seeing that.
Definitely stepping up into the pocket earlier in this game.
And 11
going down to a check down receiver here just on the previous play.
2:12 remaining in the third period.
All right, Griswold will be 3rd and 11 here on the 31 of Woodstock. 2:12 here to go in the third quarter. They're down by 21-0. Snap goes to Cassidy. He's looking to pass the ball. Running to his left. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to slide down inside the 25 to the 24, maybe 23 they'll give him.
The tackle for Woodstock.
But able to get that slide down that time and not take the licking he took in the
4th and about 5 for.
They did give him all the way down to the 23, so it'll be 4th and about 3.
23-yard line.
Maybe 4.
So the Woodstock Academy fan base making sure they tell their defensive line not to jump here on 4th down.
So the sideline coaches here in the stands making sure their team doesn't jump offside again on 4th down. That's a timeout here for Griswold Wheeler. That'll be their first of the second half at 1:10 here to go in the third quarter.
So both teams taking timeouts here in the third quarter.
They get this first down here, John. They could have the ball for the entire third quarter.
They would.
And I'll tell you, based on the makeup of their team at this moment, this is really probably the best thing they could do in any game because they're not a fast strike, big score team.
No. This is kind of the old school football, low scoring, just powering it up. Like we said, those runs in between the tackles is what's been working today. They're sticking with it. Excellent ball control and ball management here in the third quarter. Like you said, they've had the ball nearly 11 minutes?
11 minutes, 50 seconds. 11 minutes, 50 seconds.
Yeah. And here, 4th and short.
Let's see what they're going to do here on 4th and 3rd. 4th and 3 here.
Time in 4th. In about 3 for Griswold from the Woodstock 23-yard line.
Power eye here. They toss back to Palillo. He runs to the outside. He's not going to get it. Looks like he got knocked out right about the line of scrimmage.
Just nothing open here on
Short
the
of the
outside.
first down. Woodstock takes over.
The Centaurs knock him out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on downs, but that's probably the best set possession that Griswold's had all season.
1st and 10 for Woodstock from the.
Well, they had the ball for 10 minutes
line.
and 57 seconds. They don't come up with anything, but that certainly was a better drive than they've had all day.
And it takes time off the clock for Woodstock. So, I mean, the score still 21-0, 1 minute left in the third quarter. We still have the entire fourth quarter to
Carter
play.
Saracena on the pitch.
Woodstock running it around the left side. They pick up about 7 or 8.
Fouls by number 5, Ryan Palillo for Griswold.
I think they're going to give him a gain of 7.
They're keeping the
Second
clock
and about
running.
3 for Woodstock from the Woodstock 29-yard line.
That was Saracena on the carry. So taking their time here. Davis in at quarterback in this drive. They've used both Davis and Saucier. Gets left to right. He gets the pitch. He'll run it over the right-hand side. He'll get about a yard up to the 30, so that'll make it 3rd and 2.
Number 11, Josh Turner on the tackle.
Josh Turner took the worst of that one.
He did, but he got him down to the ground.
That's the
There's
end
a whistle,
of the third
and that'll do
quarter.
it.
The score, Woodstock
Through
21.
3, Woodstock 21, Griswold Wheeler nothing. And you listen to high school football here on SNSN. All right, John. So we're starting the fourth quarter. Woodstock's got the ball. He had 3rd and about 2 on their own 30. And Griswold in that third quarter had the ball for 10 minutes and 57 seconds. They didn't come away with any points.
No, but it kept Woodstock from getting any more points. You know, there was no more time left on the clock for Woodstock to bring it down the length of the field and score again. So our score here going into the fourth quarter is exactly the same as it was going into halftime. Fantastic job by the Griswold Wheeler Wolverine offense in the third quarter. Now we got to have that Griswold defense that we've come to know and love this season to step up here, get the defensive stop, get the turnover on downs, and get that ball back into this offense's hands.
All right, I'm going to finally sit down for the first time this season. I normally stand when I do football games. I don't know what it is, but football I stand, basketball I sit. I have no idea why that is.
See, I stand in baseball, sit in football.
I stand in baseball, generally, again. We are getting older, though, so, you know.
Well, I think when I'm watching football games, my knees start to remember my playing days.
Yeah, I had the misfortune of blowing my knee out almost 10 years apart to the day. Twice. Same knee.
Oh, wow.
Tore ligaments the first time, cartilage the second time.
3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's my last knee surgery.
From
My
their own
surgeon said he's
30-yard
got
line.
good news and bad news for me. The good news is I only have 2 knee surgeries left. The bad news is it's 2 knee replacements. He says there's nothing left to cut.
Yeah, Davis takes the ball around the left side, keeps it. There's a flag down. He's going down the sideline, and he gets pushed out of bounds by Rubino.
Rubino with the lick.
23, Logan Davis on the tackle.
Then there was a little mouthing right there. Referees all over it. So we got a flag down here.
It's all coming back anyway.
And they're close to another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Centaurs at the end of that game. But what a lick
Penalty is holding against
Rubino
Woodstock.
had at the end of that play. I'm telling you what, man, that kid can play some ball.
Yeah, what happened there, the reason why there was a lot of trash talking at the end is Davis ripped Logan Davis's helmet off. Yeah. So it was Davis on Davis crime. And basically that's what got everybody upset. Davis was the one trailing him, and he was going to bring him down, but then Rubino came across the field and just laid him out, knocked him out of bounds.
Tattooed him.
So that's gonna be back to the 22.
It'll be 3rd and
10
for Woodstock from the Woodstock 22.
So the referees are coming over to the Griswold sideline to discuss.
The Griswold coaches are questioning.
I think they're questioning the spot. I believe holding in high school is a spot foul, John, if I'm correct. So it's not necessarily just 10 yards from the previous line of scrimmage. Right. So it didn't go back 10 yards because it was 3rd and 2. It went back 8 yards because the hold was a couple yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
So excellent opportunity for Griswold right here. Puts Woodstock back 3rd and 10.
My question is for Woodstock, do you run that play again?
Well,
I mean, had there not been a penalty, that was a 45-yard gain.
yeah,
So
you can only go to the well so many times. They have Davis back there. I would expect to see them to go to the air.
gets in motion left to right. Davis in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's got pressure.
There it goes.
Goes over to his left. It's short. Ball hits the ground.
Incomplete. That'll bring up fourth
Intended for
down.
Scott Favreau.
That was the other Favreau. Haven't called his name as much today.
So Big
Ryan
Danny
Poole
Sims
on
getting
the
in there, and then Gio coming in there, getting in Davis's face. Pass falls incomplete.
their
It's
own
now 4th
23
down
yard
and
line.
10.
And what Griswold has done a good job. Griswold Wheeler has done a good job pressuring him today. Yes, they have completed a lot of passes and they've scored on a couple, but it's been quick when he's gotten the ball out. Anytime where he's back there for a couple of seconds, somebody's right in his face. Another pooch
There's a
punt.
punch block.
I don't know who that. Palillo comes up with it at
Palillo
the
gets it at
35-yard
35-yard
line.
line.
I couldn't see who blocked that because the Griswold sideline was kind of blocking my view there, but yeah, it definitely was blocked. Or he kicked it off the back of someone or something.
Yeah, we've
Somebody
seen
hit the
that
ball.
too. We've seen, we saw a
Woodstock 35.
point after attempt.
11:33
Clock somebody right in the back of the head.
Fourth period.
That's not the way you want to use your head.
Keep your head in the game. But no, like you're saying, the defensive line of Griswold's been able to get some penetration. We've seen some of that green and white behind the offensive line, which is something that's been rare this season.
All right, here we go. Griswold with the ball in the Woodstock 35. Pitch back to Turner, trying around and get around the outside. And the other Favreau brother, or no, that's Saracena, 16-19.
So really trying to go to the outside in this ball game has not worked out in Griswold's favor.
It was a similar to the game in Killingly, against Killingly, I should say, last week in Griswold, is that Woodstock has more speed. So trying to get on the outside, not the preferred way to run the ball. So it's going to be a loss of 4, going to bring up 2nd and 14.
Go back until they can prove that they can
2nd
stop
and
those
14
inside runs. Keep going in there.
From the Woodstock 39.
Going with a double wing here. Palillo in motion. Handoff inside to Rubino. He gets up
He's got
into the side to
room.
30, down to the 27.
72, John
Rubino
Armstrong
right
on
there.
the tackle.
That's what I'm saying. Keep running it inside. Trust those big hogs on the offensive line to create some lanes. It's now 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 at the 26.
26-yard
Nice 13-yard run there by Rubino.
The Woodstock 26.
3rd and 1 at the 26. Staying with the split wing. My guess is Malave's getting it up the middle. That would be
That's
correct.
exactly what it is. And they got the first down and then some.
Down to the 22.
One thing you'll see there, Big John Dugan got his initial block, then he went to the second level, kept blocking. That's something we need to see that we haven't seen
William
enough
Chambers
of
on
from this
the
Griswold
tackle.
offense this season. So now that we're starting to see this, we've got the Woodstock game here in Woodstock now. That we got Bacon Academy, then we got Montville at home, and then Plainfield Thanksgiving Day in Plainfield.
And Montville took it on the chin last night against Ledyard, 64-6.
So Griswold
First and
starting
10 for
to
Griswold
fire
from the
here later in the season,
Woodstock
coming into the
23-yard
home
line.
stretch.
Another inside handoff to Malave. Gets inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line, John. This is
Here we go.
farthest into Woodstock territory that they've had the ball.
Kenneth Brown on the
Griswold
tackle
starting
for
to
Woodstock.
attack. Getting into that end
2nd
zone.
and
They
2
basically
for
controlled the ball
Griswold.
the entire third quarter.
From the
Now here they are after
Woodstock
that
14-yard
blocked punt and turnover, continuing to move the ball forward.
2nd down and 2 here. Griswold, the deepest they've been into Woodstock territory, staying with the split wing. Another inside handoff. Well, why not? Malave gets another yard out of it. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Then that was River Favreau that got him around the ankles.
Fleming on the tackle.
And why would you not do the same
16
thing?
River
Yeah,
Favreau
keep
on the
doing
tackle.
it. You got 3rd and 1 again.
You know you're going to go for it on 4th, so you really have 2 shots at it here.
Still 8:36
Winning
left to
number
play
in
in
the
this ball
50-50
game.
raffle, 124 162.
8:30 to go here in the game. 21-0. Griswold Wheeler trails, but they are on the move here at the 13-yard line of the Centaurs.
Come to the bottom of the press box as he enters to the bottom of the press box.
Nope. He's rolling out.
Gonna roll.
Oh, he pitches it to Palillo.
Was pitched to
Have we
number
seen
5.
a
Got
pitch
down
off?
to about the 10. I think that's a first down. Will it be first and goal is the
First
question.
and goal, Griswold. I think that's our first pitch option of the season right there.
I tell you what, growing up watching
Ball was marked at the
Herschel Walker and Bo Jackson and some of those teams in Auburn, Georgia, some of the other amazing running backs of that era, the option was always on the menu for those teams, as well as Nebraska, Oklahoma back in the days of Barry Switzer and Tom Osborne. Norman Osborne is the, as my son would correct me, the villain in Spider-Man. Malave again up the middle. Getting another 2 or 3 yards out of that. As you said, that's kind of all they need. Just keep doing that.
Just keep moving forward, get that positive yardage. You've got the ball. You're first and goal. There's 7 minutes left in this ball game. Get into the end zone. Put some points on the board.
Norman Osborn for you comic book fans. The Green Goblin of Spider-Man villain lore.
You got me on that one. I don't know.
Willem Dafoe played him in the original Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire. I'm a mountain of minutia.
Yeah, he moonlights as an IMDb writer.
All right, there you go. Palillo on the pitch, outside, inside the 5, down to the 2.
All right, I'm going to have to resign. I have run into the crowd from my angle.
Evan Roy.
So that'll be 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line for Griswold. I think it's Malave again up the middle. Let's see what if they can get 2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Guys, I went from the Woodstock 2-yard line.
Punch it in, boys.
Pitch it to Palillo outside. He goes around for the touchdown. Wolverine.
Touchdown, Griswold. Number 5, Ryan Palillo.
2-yard scamper on the pitch. And that'll make it 21-6 with 6:38 here to go in the game.
Fantastic job by the Griswold offense. Not only moving the ball down in the third quarter, they weren't able to get some points in the third, but they were able to control the ball. Doing that exactly here on this possession. They punch it in for their first touchdown of the ball game. 6:38 left to play. It's now Woodstock 21, Griswold Wheeler 6.
And here we go. They're going to go for 2 here, John.
Griswold going for 2. Cassidy.
Doesn't look like he's going to make it.
Short of the goal
So that'll be stopped. So the score will stay 21-6 here with 6:38 to go in the game. Woodstock leads by 15 over the Griswold Wheeler Wolverines.
Interesting. It almost looks like if they would have given the handoff to Malave right there, they may have been able to pick it up. But they used Malave kind of as the lead blocker. Cassidy keeping it to try to go in right behind them. Woodstock able to stop them.
ECC championship.
Yeah, they said that earlier, and our PA man Joe was just talking about next week. It's Ledyard Woodstock, and that will be for the Division II ECC championship because Woodstock's undefeated right now at the top of the standings in Division II for the ECC.
Yeah, right. They're like, what, 4-0, I believe.
3-0 coming into today.
3-0 coming into today. So, Kevin, does Griswold kick it away here, or do they try an onside of their own?
I would try something different than kicking it away. And you can tell he's got it sideways. That's exactly what's happening here.
And Woodstock looks like they have their hands team out there.
Second chance. 1, 2, 4.
They do not. And now Davis and some of the other guys in the back are moving up a little bit to field the ball. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Onside kick.
It went 10 yards. Who covered it? Woodstock gets it. It looks like right at the 50.
That number 72.
He's not the all-hands team, I'm sure.
No.
Not with the number 72. John Armstrong He covered it up there for Woodstock.
Doing exactly what those big men have to do. The ball comes near you, just fall on it.
No need your hands. Your stomach will do.
Right. We would probably have to run sprints if one of our big men tried to even pick it up. So here, first down and 10 for the Centaurs from midfield.
From midfield.
Davis from the shotgun drops back, but he's going to run it. That's a keeper off to the right. 45 inside, down to the 41, it looks like. So that'll be 3rd and 1 here for Woodstock.
So pretty good run by Ethan Davis on that one, able to keep his head up and look ahead and see where those holes were to make that run
from
through.
the Griswold 41-yard line.
2nd and 1 here for Woodstock. Each team has taken a timeout, John, am I correct? So they really only have 2 timeouts.
Right, both teams only 2 timeouts left in the second half.
Davis takes the snap, inside handoff, goes nowhere.
Josh Turner's right there to make the tackle.
Nice tackle on Barna.
Joshua Turner on the tackle.
Now we're completely covered in shadow, and it's downright cold.
From the Griswold.
See, Mike, I was being prescient. It's 3rd and 1.
41-yard line.
I said 3rd and 1 before I said 2nd and 1. I was predicting the future.
There you go. It's 3rd and 1. You were right.
3rd and 1 here for Woodstock. The Griswold 41.
No!
He got back. He got back. They're pointing at him, but he got back quickly. By the way, that's Comfer, who's back in the game, John. I don't think we've given an update on his injury. So he is back in the game, so his left ankle must be all taped up and ready to go.
Barna on the carry.
And he gets around the outside. That'll be a first down. Burner down the sidelines. And he finally gets knocked out of bounds.
At about the 18-yard line.
Inside the 20, down to the 18.
So big pickup for Barner right there to the outside.
23-yard run. Oh, they're going to say he got knocked out a little early that. Maybe he stepped out. Stepped out at the 22, it looks like.
Either way, it picks up a Woodstock first down. It's now first down and 10 from the 22?
That is correct. At the 22, that was a 19-yard run. So 1st and 10 here. 4:45 to go in the game, 21-6. Griswold Wheeler trailing. Barna again on the outside. Doesn't get much on this one. There's a flag. Flag down. That's normally a holding in that kind of area where the yellow hanky lies.
On the tackle.
Puts it right at Flanagan's feet.
Holding
there you go.
Woodstock.
I think Flanagan knew it. His hands were on the hips and just looking back.
Oh, shucks. That was me. All right. So depends on where they actually called it. It's going to move it back to the 32-yard line. So that is indeed a legit 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Bring up a 1st and 20 for Woodstock.
1st and about 20 for Woodstock from the Griswold 32-yard line.
Woodstock getting the play from the sideline. Interesting that Davis is in at quarterback this entire half. They haven't had the ball. This is only their 2nd time because Griswold had the ball for 10 minutes and 57 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Davis over the middle. It's complete to Saracena.
Right over the middle.
Rubino brings him down
on the tackle
at about the 19-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd
ball was marked at the
27.
4-yard line.
Excellent play call and execution there by the Centaurs.
2nd and about 7 for Woodstock.
Hit him right on the run, able to move it back down. So it's
from
now, 2nd down and
Griswold
7.
19-yard line.
They're taking their time here, John, and no hurry, right? You're up by 15, under 3:30 to go here in the game. 21-6, Woodstock leads. Takes a snap. It was low. Picks it up. It's going to be a fade to the corner for Getz. Incomplete.
Jackson Getz incomplete.
Good coverage by Peltier.
Aiden Peltier on the coverage.
They've had some good battles all day today, John.
Right. He's been hanging in there. They keep throwing towards him. He's, been victorious more than he's been the loser on some of those battles. Excellent job.
3rd and 7 for Woodstock from the Griswold 19-yard line.
3rd and 7. Woodstock from the Griswold 19. 3:14 here to go in the game. 21-6. Woodstock is up by 15. Davis in the shotgun with a single back. 2 receivers to his right. Saracena in motion, but Barna gets the handoff around the outside. Little stiff arm, and I think he got the first down out of bounds. I think he got it right at the 10, it looks like, is where they're placing it. So if that's the case, it'll be 1st and goal for Woodstock.
And it looked like they initially motioned to keep the clocks running. The clock has stopped with 2:59.
No, it's at the 11.
Woodstock from the Griswold 10-yard line.
It's the 10 or the 11. The yard marker or angle again is a little bit weird.
It
So
looks like it's at the 10.
Yeah, it is at the 10 because the distance markers are down. So it's 1st and goal. Davis takes a snap from under center this time. Green is going to go in for the touchdown. No, they're going to call him down at the 1-yard line.
Zach Comfort on the tackle.
So Tyler Green on the carry. Kind of has a John Riggins build.
2nd and goal for.
Well, and he wears the right number too.
Yeah.
So.
From the Griswold 3-yard line.
Oh, 3-yard line. 3-yard line. 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line for Woodstock. 2:30 here to go in the game. 21-6. Griswold Wheeler trails by 15. Davis takes a snap from under center, turns around and hands it off to Green. Green is obviously their goal line guy. That looks like he lost a yard on that one.
Right, met immediately by Malave and Justin Turner. And it does back him up.
Lost 2 yards.
The tackle.
2nd and 3rd, and I should say 3rd and goal from the 5.
Woodstock from the Griswold 5-yard line. 1:57 remaining.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the game.
4th period.
21-6. Wolverines trail by 15. Davis under center again, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll to his left, and he's going to walk in untouched.
And there's
going to be a hold. Looks like it's another holding penalty. I think that was number 34 on Peltier. Indeed.
Woodstock.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
So that was Stranson holding Peltier on the outside. Peltier was the last man standing there to try to get Davis.
He just kind of got turned around, drew the flag.
So that'll be 3rd and goal at the
back to the
Griswold 14.
14-yard line. Fourth and goal for.
Yeah, the down marker's wrong because they
3rd.
took the penalty. It is 3rd down.
It is 3rd and goal for Woodstock from the 14-yard line.
Oh, there's a flag.
Another flag.
Not true. Offsides on Griswold, so they're going to give 5 of the yards back. So now it'll be 3rd and goal at the 9 for Woodstock. 1:39 here to go.
Offsides, Griswold.
So move them up 5, keep it 3rd down. Down marker still showing 4. 1:39 left in this ball game. We've got penalties bringing us back and forth right now.
Ball comes down to the 8-yard line.
Playing
Woodstock
tough
will go
against
for two.
this Woodstock.
Woodstock going for 2 here.
Oh, big man in the backfield.
71 gets the ball. It looks like they stopped him.
Mikulski on the carry.
That's Everett Mikulski on the carry. Not able to get it in. A little
Conversion
bit of
is no good.
refrigerator Perry.
The
play
fridge
on
play.
that.
I was just going to say that. That was the fridge play. It didn't work.
1:28 remaining in the
Well, when
fourth
he
period.
moved to the backfield, you
Woodstock
kind of heard the
27,
crowd do that.
Griswold 6.
Oh!
Unlike the fridge, he did not get in.
No.
So that'll lead the score 27-6 with 1:28 to go here in the game.
And Mikulski, that is a big old boy down there. Like I said, our roster doesn't have height, weight, but he is a huge football player.
He's at least the size of Danny Sims, I'd say, right?
Yeah, and he is a senior.
Yeah, there are a lot of seniors on this Woodstock squad.
Jackson gets the kickoff for Woodstock. Kincaid Rubino and number 11, Joshua Turner, deep to receive for Griswold.
So here we go. Griswold going to get the ball back with 1:28 left to play in the ball game. Woodstock able to put another touchdown on the board. We're 27-6. What does Griswold do with this possession, Kevin?
Keep doing what they were doing. Running the plays that work. Keep practicing those because that's your bread and butter.
Kincaid Rubino
picks it up. It's up to the 40. Taken down right about at the 40.
And Danny Sims making number 72. Who was that? That's
AT
John Armstrong.
on the tackle for Woodstock.
I think the law of tonnage won on that battle.
That was what you would call
for Griswold
the pounce in wrestling.
from the Griswold 40-yard line.
Basically threw him aside.
He just said, you can go backwards.
Armstrong, it was Anderson or Armstrong? Armstrong, right? He was the one who covered the onside kick
Right.
there for Woodstock. So that was a 50-yard drive off the onside kick for Woodstock that scored that touchdown for them. Power eye here. Cassidy turns around and hands it off. Looks like about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
that's
not
about
much
it.
happening on that one.
Ball was handed to the
Looks
middle
like
of
it
the
will
line.
be 2nd down and 10 for Griswold.
That was Palillo, I think.
We're down to a minute.
By number 5, Palillo on the carry. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for Griswold
2nd and 10 here
from their own 40.
for the Wolverines.
Griswold and Woodstock both with 2 timeouts remaining.
Don't really see either one of them taking those at this
I'm telling
point.
you, if Griswold opens one up and gets down to this side of the field, why not burn one?
Going deep. Rubino's open.
Cassidy.
He makes
he
the
made
catch.
Was he inbounds?
Was he inbounds?
Oh!
They're saying he's out of bounds.
Just like I was
Intended for
telling
number
you,
4,
KD.
Kincaid
Hey, they get a
Rubino.
play that opens up. If they would have caught that inbounds at the 30, burn that timeout.
That would have been 29-yard line of the Woodstock had that been inbound. So
3rd
they
and
took a
10
chance.
for
They did.
Didn't quite convert. Why not try it again?
Griswold
3rd and 10.
from their own 40-yard line.
3rd and 10, 29 seconds left to go here in the game. Griswold trails 27-6. Come out in the double wing. Rubino in motion, right to left.
Going to the
Cassidy
air
back.
again.
He throws it. It's complete.
Pass is complete.
Pass is caught at midfield.
Midfield.
That's number 86, Andrew Harden.
And he's getting up slowly.
He's all right.
That
Take it off.
clock stops while they move the chains, but
Complete to 86.
So a couple
Andrew
of
Harden.
they're winding it again. Why not take a timeout here, like you're saying,
1st
John?
and 10 for
Hey,
Griswold.
you got 2.
Get one more
From
snap
midfield.
here. One more snap.
13
Come on, get up there, guys.
seconds
Let's
and
go.
counting remaining in the 4th period.
It's
Hustle the
almost like
muscle.
you're just ready to get to the buses. Take that time out. Give yourself time to get a couple of plays off. Now you got 2 seconds at the snap. Oh, and good God
incomplete.
This is incomplete.
That's
And that'll
not
do
how
it.
You want to end the ball
Last
game
play
right there.
ends the
They
ball
should have
game
taken
with
the
the final
timeout, get
score.
2 more plays, try to get that
Woodstock
ball down the
27,
field. Now we snap with 2
Griswold 6.
seconds left. Woodstock's able to get penetration. We got some wobbly dead
And
duck
don't
stuff
forget,
going on
Griswold
in the
fan,
ball
I mean, don't forget Woodstock fans.
And that'll do it.
Next
Triple
Saturday
zeros on the
at
clock.
noontime,
27-6.
Centaurs will entertain
Woodstock comes away with a
Griswold
win today over the Griswold
This
Wheeler
will be for
Wolverines.
the ECC division.
So, John, I totally agree with you there at the end of the game. Why not call a timeout, run a few plays that maybe you don't get to run very often in the game to see if it's effective enough, and then you can use them down the road.
Yeah, you're at midfield. You know, you had what? It was just under 30 seconds at that completion. You had 2 timeouts. Take a timeout, stop the clock, draw up a play, try to get it back down the field. You could take your last timeout with still time remaining. Instead, we just waste all of our time, come up to the line of scrimmage with 2 seconds left, and then the game ends on a, defensive penetration getting to the arm of Cassidy and game over.
And that is going to be the way the game ends, 27-6. Just a recap of the scoring, 5:48 left in the first quarter. TD pass from from Saucier to Davis, 64 yards, makes it 6-0. Extra point was good by Getz, 7-0. 3:50 to go in the first quarter. 22-yard TD run by Barna, 13-0. The extra point was no good. The first one was off an interception. The second score was off an onside kick. And then the second quarter, Woodstock missed a field goal, so the score stayed 13-0. Then they were able to convert on a 54-yard TD pass, Saucier to Saraceno. 19-0. The 2-point conversion was good, so 21-0, and that was off an interception. And then the fourth quarter, a 2-yard run by your Wolverines, Ryan Palillo, punches it in, makes it 21-6. The 2-point conversion was no good. And then with 1:28 to go, TD pass Davis to Getz, 9 yards, 27-6. The 2-point conversion was no good. And that is your score for this crisp, lovely fall day here Saturday at Woodstock Academy. Woodstock wins 27-6 over the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's how it ends, 27-6. I don't think Griswold was going to come in here thinking they were going to win this ball game, but I tell you what, there was a lot of positive things to take out of this ball game, both offensively and defensively, and especially bring that into next weekend against Bacon Academy at Bacon. That could be the second win for this Wolverine football team.
So you got Bacon, Montville, and Plainfield left. As you said, next Saturday, it's another matinee game at Bacon down in Colchester. And then they have Montville at home
yep.
on Friday the 19th. And then, of course, on Turkey Day, they go on the road, I should say, to Plainfield. Last night, for those of you that may have not have joined us early, last night Plainfield was at Killingly, and Killingly won 46-0. And I think that game is going to be competitive this year based on what I saw from Plainfield against Killingly, because it was about the same as what I saw with Griswold and Killingly.
Right. Well, Mike's been saying it all season. He's expecting that to be a battle royale with cheese, the Griswold Plainfield Thanksgiving Day game. And, and especially with what we saw not only last week, but today's game with Griswold, seeing some definite improvement from Cassidy at the quarterback position. Got to see some execution on offense that we haven't seen previously. I'm looking forward to the remainder of this season.
Sometimes even as late as we are into this season, you're still trying to figure out what works. And today we saw some things that were working on offense. Now, they didn't score on that drive where they had it for 10 minutes and 57 seconds. But again, with a team, as we were saying, that doesn't strike and score quickly, that's maybe what you have to do is you just control the ball.
Control the ball. They kept the ball out of Woodstock's hands. Woodstock was not able to score in the third. They were only able to score once in the fourth. And that may be Griswold's game right there.
So is it me and you for the next 2 weeks? You doing both Bacon and Montville?
Bacon and Montville, I'll be there.
All right, I will too. I will not be here on Turkey Day. So who's that? Is it you and John? Yep. All right. So it's Mike and John on Turkey Day. And Mike's freezing and wants to go. So we're going to wrap it up. For John Harden and Mike Winarski, I'm Kevin Thompson, and you've been listening to High School Football on SNSN.